to Jurassic Park.
With Jurassic World Dominion in theaters, hyping up the fact that Laura Dern, Jeff Goldblum, and Sam Neill are back, we decided to get together and do another cast pass. Now, you may be wondering, what is a cast pass? A cast pass is we take 7 people from a movie, in this case a franchise, and we draft them and a different movie that they were in to honor the massive cast that is usually in a movie, but in this case, it's a franchise. We have 3 locks, which means you have to draft a movie from these 3 people. For this video, it's going to be Sam Neill, Laura Dern, and Jeff Goldblum, because of, that whole returning thing. And then we have 4 wild cards where we can draft any actor and their movie, any of them we want. Anyone that's been in Jurassic Park Lost World, Jurassic Park 3, Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom, and even Jurassic World Dominion. Enjoy. To determine draft order, we're going to do it in the most democratic way possible. Okay, so Trevor gets to pick which pick he wants.
I'm going to pick the first draft pick.
I'll take third. Got a strategy and probably messed it up there, but we'll see.
For my first pick, I'm going to select from the lock category Sam Neill, Hunt for the Wilderpeople.
That means my strategy did not work.
My first pick, William H. Macy, star of Jurassic Park 3. I will be choosing Boogie Nights.
Oh, that's awesome.
I'm going to go with Jeff Goldblum, and I'm going with The Fly. Then with my next pick, Wayne Knight, Toy Story 2.
For my next pick, my girl Laura Dern, Citizen Ruth.
You did it.
And
For my second pick, Ben Cook from the new Jurassic World Dominion. He plays Black Car Driver. He was also Kit Fisto in Revenge of the Sith. For my next pick, Jeff Goldblum, Independence Day.
I'll be drafting Julianne Moore, Magnolia.
Doubling up.
My next pick, Samuel Jackson, Django Unchained. And with my other pick, I'm taking Richard Attenborough in The Great Escape.
Cool. Okay. For my next pick, Judy Greer from Jurassic World, The Descendants.
My next pick, Cameron THOR, played Dodgson in Jurassic Park. He played Commander Lawrence in A Few Good Men.
Better use of Dodgson than Dominion.
It's true. For my next pick, Laura Dern, Marriage Story.
I'm going with Jeff Goldblum, Thor Ragnarok.
I thought that's awesome. He's so good in that.
With my next pick, Vince Vaughn, Wedding Crashers. And with my other pick, Laura Dern, A Perfect World.
That movie's excellent. I will be drafting Ted Levine, star of Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom, remember? Naturally, I'll be choosing The Silence of the Lambs.
I'm going to select Michael Papajohn, who plays InGen Contractor in Jurassic World, and he also plays the carjacker in Spiderman, who gets killed.
I can picture that guy. Yeah.
And for my last pick from Jurassic World, the actor Jimmy Fallon, who plays Jimmy Fallon in Jurassic World. And I'm going to select Taxi.
Oh my god.
You know,
everybody is in Almost Famous. You are aware of that. Okay. Anyway, for my last pick, the last lock, Sam Neill. I'm gonna have fun with it. In the Mouth of Madness.
My last pick, I'm also taking Sam Neill. So Sam Neill had the first overall pick, and then he had the 2 last picks in this draft. Don't know what that says about Sam Neill's career. I'm going with Wimbledon. He was in Wimbledon, and I'm going with it.
Serve that.
Here are our picks. These are my picks. These are Christian's picks. These are Trevor's picks. Pretty diverse group of movies, a very diverse group of actors.
I think it was a good pick of the wild cards and of what movies that they went into.
It's pretty nice, eclectic. I'm glad we didn't pick anybody in the wild cards that was the same. Starting with the main 3, the locks. Jeff Goldblum, he's in the most Jurassic Park movies, so we'll start there. I went with The Fly. I think this is by far his best performance, his best movie. This movie is absolutely insanely messed up, and I just remember watching it fairly early on in my fandom of movies. Great science fiction concept, and Jeff Goldblum does it brilliantly, and Gina Davis is also really good at this.
You're afraid to dive into the plasma pool, aren't you? You're afraid to be destroyed and recreated, aren't you? I bet you think that you woke me up about the flesh, don't you? But you only know society's straight line about the flesh. You can't penetrate beyond society's sick, gray fear of the flesh.
My Jeff Goldblum pick, Thor Ragnarok, where he plays the Grand Master, and he's just wonderful in this movie.
Wow, I didn't hear any thunder, but out of your fingers, was that like sparkles?
Everything he does in this performance, when you think about Jeff Goldblum, you think about how cool and funny and charming he is, and he's just such a bitch in it, and I love it. I love every second he's in this movie.
I chose the movie Independence Day, movie directed by Roland Emmerich. A kick-ass movie about aliens coming to invade Earth. 4th of July weekend, Will Smith punches an alien.
Welcome to Earth.
He doesn't smack Chris Rock in this one.
Wow!
Jeff Goldblum gets to play the typical, really smart, everyday man. He's like an electrician for the government. Somehow gets to meet with the president halfway through with the movie. And his dad is Judd Hirsch. And he's telling him he needs to work harder. It's a hell of a time.
You mean saying, oops there?
Well, you say we try that one again, huh?
Yes, without the oops.
Next, we're going with Sam Neill, Dr. Alan Grant. He's been in 3 Jurassic Park movies, and believe it or not, he's done a lot of other stuff too. My pick was Wimbledon. He plays Kirsten Dunst's father in this movie. I like this movie. It's been a while since I've seen it. It's a great tennis movie for what it is. It's got a nice romance between Kirsten Dunst, Paul Bettany, and Sam Neill shows up, and it's just very charming in himself, while also being a father figure. It's a tennis movie about love.
Bet that was the tagline. My Sam Neill pick was later period John Carpenter movie called In the Mouth of Madness. One of his most entertaining movies, and part of that is because of Sam Neill. Kind of funny in it.
Not reality.
He's like in a mental institution, and like the Carpenter is on it. He's like, oh God, not the bloody Carpenters again. It's a horror movie. It has its humor, and he is just good.
I chose Hunt for the Wilderpeople. Kick-ass, funny movie, directed and written by Taika Waititi. Australian movie. It's got the fat kid from Deadpool 2 in it, falling around with his begrudged father figure. Sam Neill plays Hick. You can't even say it without an Australian accent. I haven't seen very many Sam Neill movies besides Jurassic Park 500 times, so that's why I chose this.
Reading's stupid anyway.
Only people who can't read say things like that. No, you can't read?
What's your
You're like one of those people who like race by like wolves or something, eh? Ooga booga, me no read. What's this? This is words. Me stupid.
You little bastard!
Next, we have Laura Dern, who plays Ellie Sattler in these Jurassic Park movies. She's been in 3. My pick for Laura Dern, A Perfect World. This is a Clint Eastwood movie starring Kevin Costner. Laura Dern plays Sally Gerber.
I'm Sally Gerber, criminologist with the state prison system.
Criminologist, which I'm still not entirely sure what it does, but basically she's investigating why people do crimes and stuff. I assume that's what that's about. You take the ologist, you take the crime part, that's kind of what it means. She's very good in this movie, as is most of his cast, and I think this is a very underrated Clint Eastwood movie that you should definitely watch. It's got a very fantastic climactic ending, and it's just the kid relationship with the Kevin Costner character is just really, really well done. And then Laura Dern is also just calling people out like Laura Dern is good at. Like, I know more than you. Doing her thing.
My Laura Dern pick was Alexander Payne's Citizen Ruth. At the time I saw this movie, I think all I really knew her for was Jurassic Park. And then I saw this movie and I gave her a pass for life. I think this should have been her Oscar. It is hilarious. It is a comedy about abortion. Tough sell in the 90s, but you know what? I bet it's aged really well. It's really funny and she is hilarious in it. She essentially plays a junkie who ends up pregnant for like the 5th time, and the court tells her that if she gets an abortion, then they'll reduce her sentence, and it turns into this whole pro-choice war. Maybe that's not a sell, but she's great in it. It's the rare time where she looks not good.
Yeah.
What's the matter? You people deaf? I said I want an abortion!
I chose Marriage Story, the movie that she won her Oscar for. She plays Scarlett Johansson's lawyer in it. She is so badass. She goes toe-to-toe with Alan Alda and Ray Liotta, and she looks fantastic in the entire movie. She's aging like a fine wine.
She's a smoke show.
She is a smoke show.
Really is.
She is incredibly hot in this movie, and I think that's half of the reason why they gave her it.
And it's f***ed up, but that is the way it is.
We're going to go through all our wild cards. For my wild card picks, I had Wayne Knight, who plays Nedry in Jurassic Park, and is probably the funniest character in the entire franchise, while also being one of the best characters in the franchise.
Nobody cares.
It's compartmentalized inside.
You got so that's great.
Customs.
It's a shame he died, because if he was in the new movie, I would have had way more fun. I picked him in Toy Story 2. He's Al, and that man owns a toy barn. It's Al's toy barn. And he's just fantastic, basically playing a character version of himself, and it's freaking awesome. I have Samuel L. Jackson. I don't know if you've heard of him, but he got a pretty early work here in Jurassic Park, and his name was Arnold. So, yeah.
Hold on to your butts.
And he's fantastic in basically anything he's in. I went with my favorite role of his, Django Unchained. By far, in my opinion, the most evil character he's ever played. It's not as in your face, but it's legitimately like pure evil. Fantastically written character, and Samuel Jackson pulls it off great. Richard Attenborough, Dr. Hammond in Jurassic Park. You might recognize him. I picked one of the best movies of all time, one of the best prison break movies of all time, The Great Escape, and he plays a pivotal role in this as Big X. He leads the breakout, and he plans on breaking out 250 prisoners from this Nazi prison. It might be Steve McQueen's movie, but at the same time, Richard Attenborough plays a big role.
No, perhaps we're being too clever. If we stop all the breakouts, we may only convince the goons that we must be tunneling.
We have Vince Vaughn, who was in The Lost World as Nick Van Owen, and I'm picking Wedding Crashers for his movie, Jeremy Gray, his most iconic role in my opinion.
Erroneous! Erroneous!
Absolutely Vince Vaughn to the max in this.
I picked Julianne Moore as seen in The Lost World Jurassic Park, and I chose the movie Magnolia, where she plays Linda Partridge.
Don't you call me lady! I come in here, I give these things to you, you check, you make your phone calls. Suck my dick! Shame on you! Shame on both of you!
She's just off her friggin' rocker in this movie, and it's one that is very near and deep to my heart. William H. Macy, as seen in Jurassic Park 3 as somebody, I don't know. I chose Boogie Nights, where he plays Little Bill, a very disgruntled fella on a porn set. His wife has an ass in her cock.
My wife has an ass in her cock in the driveway, Kurt. All right? I'm sorry if my thoughts are not on the photography of the film we're shooting tomorrow.
Poor Little Bill, he really gets put through the ringer. Next, I went with Judy Greer, drafted her in The Descendants. Small role, but it's good. It's effective. She plays the wife of a guy who is cheating on her, essentially, with a woman that is in a coma. So, yeah, complicated. Fun movie.
Elizabeth, I'm Julie. I'm Brian's wife. I just want to tell you I forgive you. I forgive you for trying to take Brian away. I forgive you for trying to destroy my family. Even though I should hate you.
Okay, that's enough.
I just have to forgive you.
Really, honestly, I think that's enough. Okay.
I love it. It is kind of fun. Okay, this was not just me. Last, I went with Ted Levine, as seen in the iconic Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom.
You son of a bitch! I think we have the drop on you, sweetheart.
He was a redneck in it, whatever. And I drafted The Silence of the Lambs, where he plays Buffalo Bill. Now this is iconic. This is one of the best movies ever made. So,
I like that they still have a little bit of a hint of Buffalo Bill, because he still has a necklace of dinosaur teeth.
You can't unsee
You're
it.
like, yeah, that guy's a weirdo. He probably wears women's skin at home.
Right.
It rubs the lotion on its skin, or else it gets the hose again.
For my wild card picks, the guy that played Kit Fisto in episode 3 of Revenge of the Sith, also played Black Car Driver in Jurassic World Dominion. If you haven't seen the movie yet, when you do see it, you'll see him and then you'll understand. He gets to play a Jedi in one of the best Star Wars movies, so I was like, any way I can get close to this, I can.
You could not have gotten close to Star Wars without doing that, so it made a lot of sense. Like, nobody that was in a Jurassic Park movie was in a Star Wars movie, especially not in a prominent role.
They didn't even have a purple lightsaber. Well, sorry. He gets killed in that one. From the original Jurassic Park, Dodgson, we got Dodgson here, an actor by the name of Cameron Thor. I think he's only been in like 8 things, one of them including A Few Good Men. And I was like, this movie rocks. I don't even remember him in it at all. But he plays Commander Lawrence. He does wear glasses in Jurassic Park, and he's in it for about 2 minutes, so you don't really see him.
Oh, Dodgson!
You shouldn't use my name.
Dodgson! Dodgson! We've got Dodgson here!
It shows from Jurassic World. A small role, playing himself, Jimmy Fallon, when they're in their little rolling glass ball or whatever in Jurassic World going through the park. There's a little guy down at the bottom of the screen, and he's doing a bunch of hijinks like, this is how the ball works. It won't flip over, and dinosaurs can't see in. It's invisible. It's fun.
Is this real? It is?
The movie I chose was Taxi, because he's great in it, and so is Queen Latifah. Queen Latifah owning her own garage, and she works on cars, and he is a budding police officer, and he just can't seem to get it working. He's a clumsy little boy.
Officer Washburn is having a bad day. Officer Washburn.
That's funny.
Is having a bad month.
But then he meets Queen Latifah, and they have to solve the same crime by a supermodel carjacker, Tom Brady Bunchin, or whatever, what do you say, Tom Brady Bunch? Tom Brady Bunch. And by the end of the movie, Queen Latifah is a NASCAR driver. It's a movie, man. From Jurassic World, I chose one of the InGen contractors that comes with Vincent D'Onofrio to help out with the island when the dinosaurs break out. Michael Papajohn, the actor, is, and he was also in Spiderman, and he's the guy that tells Peter Parker, thanks.
He's got my money!
Thanks! Then he kills his grandpa, and then he kills Uncle Ben. Literally one of the most famous incidents in comic book history.
Here. Over here, Uncle Ben.
Then you find out in Spider-Man 3 that he was with Sandman at the time, but then he dies.
Looking at all these lists and trying to figure out who had the best list, I can safely say that all of these movies are better than Jurassic World Dominion. Except for Taxi.
Oh, come on.
I don't know. I feel
Nope,
I think Taxi is better than Jurassic World.
I saw Jurassic World Dominion like 3 days ago, and I remember Taxi more.
Wow!
I just listed off details about it. I know.
Let me tell you right now, if you had Jurassic World Dominion
Neither movie
on
is
DVD
good.
and you had Taxi on DVD next to each other, which one are you watching?
Jurassic World Dominion.
Oh my god.
Don't get me wrong, neither movie is good.
Yeah, both not good.
What, is Queen Latifah a NASCAR driver in Jurassic World Dominion?
Save that for the 7th one.
I would like the movie if it had Queen Latifah.
What if Giselle Bundchen was the villain instead? Colin Trevorrow, these are your mistakes, and I'm just pointing them out to you.
These are the mistakes, and they are undisputed. Remember from You Good Men? He's like, these are the facts of the case. They are undisputed. You can put that part.
Does Cole Thurber say that?
No, Kevin Bacon.
Cole Thurber? Is that his name?
Cameron Thor.
Cameron Thor.
Cole Thurber.
You didn't know it either.
I didn't.
You were like, oh yeah.
I was like, Cole Thurber. I was like, I don't remember writing that, but I know. No, Cameron Thor.
I don't know, I think we all did good work here today.
Yeah. I have a few issues with Trevor because this is a Cast Pass video and that's usually how it goes.
It's a calling card.
Yeah, Taxi's not good. We already had that discussion. And then somebody is picking a guy who played black car driver. there is an issue with that premise. We left off Irfan Khan, we left off Chris Pratt, we left off James Cromwell, we left off Bryce Dallas Howard, we left off a lot of this. Who? No. But we put Ben Cook in. Okay, so, that's all.
I was really glad no one drafted him.
But Trevor did have good picks. Hunt for the Wilderpeople, obvious steal, great pick at number 1. Yeah. You had to do it if you wanted to do this draft good, and he accomplished that goal, and undoubtedly upset me. Honestly, Trevor probably has the best lock picks. Yes. Overall, I feel no shame in saying that. But Christian also has very good picks, and I think I have very, very good picks, but Trevor did a damn good job with the lines.
So you're telling me I fumbled the bag.
When Trevor has a structure and is told he has to do something, he can do it. But when he gets some free will to play around, he'll undoubtedly pick Taxi.
I think we would have.
Yeah, when it's a lock.
We would have understood Fever Pitch.
Right. We could have been
Also a good movie.
Right. Then they would all been a good movie.
I admit, I felt my eyes pop out of my skull when I heard you say Taxi. I was like, wow, you're really going for it.
As far as Christian's list goes, I pretty much dug it. So yeah. He did the damn thing. Judy Greer, I love me some Judy Greer in Jurassic World. She has some classic line readings in there. Just certain things take me by surprise. William H. Macy, his opening pick, that was literally unreal. The man has a mustache. But yeah.
In both.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. Jurassic Park 3, he's literally just, I'm going to the island with Alan Grant, and I got a mustache. I'm going to find my kid who survived on this island with dinosaurs. Underrated movie. Just the fact that Ted Levine was chosen, undoubtedly the best part of Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom, the best character of the entire Jurassic World franchise. I'm not kidding.
It's like, this is really gonna hurt you when you wake up tomorrow. And he like rips out that tooth. And he's like, I'm just gonna go good on my necklace and my woman skin dress. Remember when he said that?
And then Citizen Ruth, I was gonna pick it, but I let Christian pick it because that's the right thing to do. Overall, I do really like my list, so
I do too.
Christian did do some fun stuff. But if I had to pick one of the two, Trevor has some good picks on here, but once again, just this does not fit the premise of this video and what it's trying to do. So I'm going with Christian. Christian did the stuff.
It is what he does. Love The Fly, love A Perfect World. Haven't seen Wimbledon, but I bet you it's better than Taxi. So that thought to the side. The Great Escape, banger, and then Wedding Crashers. Love Toy Story 2, it was on my list.
So Taxi seems to be the one that everyone's comparing every movie to.
Yeah.
It could be because it's the only bad one.
It's true. It's the only one. A Few Good Men, great.
Great movie.
And there's the Jimmy Fallon pick, which, I mean, there were a few options. I love Spiderman, though. It's great. I'm glad you represented LD and her Oscar. Love Independence Day, and Hunt for the Wilderpeople was pretty much, I mean, no disrespect to Sam Neill, a very talented gentleman, but that was the, that's probably a silver one.
In that.
Revenge of the Sith, I like it. I mean, I have seen all of Trevor's movies. In fact, I have seen Taxi more than one time. I'm sorry, I gotta go with Bryce.
I don't blame you. If I have to choose between these, I think I'm going, because of them, I'm going to compare both of their lists to just the movie Taxi.
A fair way to do a Jurassic Park franchise cast pass.
This is what this has come to.
Neither of them chose Jimmy Fallon for anything, or Queen Latifah.
She wasn't an option.
Yeah, she wasn't an option.
Yeah, but she's not in any of these movies, is she?
Okay, valid point.
Don't think so.
Well, Bryce has Toy Story 2, which is like one of my favorite Pixar movies of all time. And it's also one of the greatest roles that Wayne Knight has ever done. It's just all voice acting, but obviously they kind of modeled the person after the person voicing it.
Totally.
I can't believe I have to drive all the way to work on a Saturday. All the way to work!
The thing about Bryce's list is he picked all the people, almost everyone from Jurassic Park, and then you get Vince Vaughn, who's like the sweet little cherry that you throw in from Jurassic Park 2, Lost World, and you literally pick Wedding Crashers, which is amazing. Cristiano, he's got the Grandmaster on there, like Christian said. Ooh, sparkles. I like when he melts his cousin, and then he's like, ew, gross. Citizen Ruth, for a movie about abortion, it's really funny. Julianne Moore. You got Meg. I don't know who I would pick. Honestly, your wild cards are really good.
I know.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I was strategic with them too. I was like, I can get both Magnolia and Boogie Nights on here.
I think I'm going to have to choose Jimmy Fallon and Taxi.
Yeah, Elvis!
Relax, yeah.
Yes, Elvis!
There you go.
It's on, Elvis! Yeah, this baby
Good choice.
And upset.
I think probably Christian, but Bryce right behind. He's breathing on your neck.
Like a dinosaur. So we want to hear from you all. We want to know, number one, did you have fun with this video? Because we sure as hell did. And then also just who had the best list and what would some of your picks be? Who are some of your favorite actors that have been in Jurassic Park movies? And what the hell did you think of Jurassic World Dominion? We want to know. If you like this cast pass thing, we kind of enjoy coming up with this little silly game. We have fun with it. Newer movies with bigger casts that we can do this with again, or new franchises like this. Because it was fun doing it with the franchise. We have a whole dearth of different options that we can go with. We kind of showcase over time and everything. Just a lot of great picks because we had a movie from 1962 all the way to 2019. Like this kind of thing, subscribe to the channel. We do this quite a bit. Like the video, and then we'll see you in the next video.